All right, so welcome to, this is our bonus episode, and we're going to cover a new racetrack, a new group of racers, a new group of absolutely wonderful people, and that is the folks at the Skagit Quarter Midget Racing Association, or racing track. I mean, how are they referred to technically?
The Skagit Quarter Midget Racing. They're a nonprofit.
They are a nonprofit.
They're not sanctioned. We learned
They
that.
are not sanctioned, and it's probably better they are not.
Mm-hmm.
They get a little more freedom in how they can run and what they do. I'm going to tell you right now, they didn't know this going in, but wow, that was a door slamming big time. They helped my soul at a time that I needed it tremendously. I talked about in our episodes of the 360 Nationals and Hornet Nationals, the week leading up to that, we have dealt with a lot of hate, a lot of issues, people being mad at us, and I was as discouraged as possible. I was barely holding on Friday, and Saturday when I met Melissa, I met Dane, obviously Trish, and I hope I don't pronounce his name incorrectly, but is it Dasa?
That's what I would.
Trish's husband. They're part of the white push truck conglomerate. They become a force in the dirt track racing world. They filled my soul back to full, and we're going to talk about why. They're as impactful as Deming was on me. I don't know what you think, but
I would agree with that.
I had no idea. Dane is one of my favorite people on the planet. That guy was so welcoming to us. So was Melissa. Trish has been, I don't want to, I'm going to talk about Dane and Melissa a lot, but Trish has been really good to us since we've been at Deming and all of that. She's part of that group. But Skagit Quarter Midgets, when you first get there, it's bizarre. It's bizarre because it is a miniature Skagit Speedway in every aspect, right? They got the track is a mini version. It is well manicured. I mean, it's not like this is just a mud oval. There's a lot of effort and energy that goes into track prep. They have a flag stand, lights, a center area. They've got work area for when you come off on the race. They have a staging area. They have pits. They even have a damn booth with the track officials. I mean, it is if you're not used to it, and I didn't know what to think when we were going, we're going to go watch the quarter midgets. I just thought it was go-karts, really. And I was so wrong. Holy buckets, Batman. The people that are running Skagit Quarter Midgets, they are some magical individuals, and they're on next level. When I was putting this episode together, Stacy was gone yesterday when I was working on this. I was in tears most of the time, thinking about all the wonderful things that went on, the things that we saw, the stories that were shared. It was emotionally moving to me, so I don't want to seem like I'm trying to hurry through it because I'm not. We do have some driver interviews that we got to while we're there. We do have some racing footage we're going to tie in. So I said the first thing you notice, how bizarre but how cool, it reminds you of Skagit Speedway. A lot of similarities. Driver meetings the same, right? It's just yelling out. We saw a lot of stuff that happened in the track that's pretty honorable and pretty great. Cars cracking up each other. Not only would the crew member for the car that was wrecked work on it, another crew member would work, a different crew would work on it, as well as track officials would come to the rescue to get that car fixed and back out on the track. And by the way, you think that the place with the most excitement is you think it's on the track, right? Nope. It's at the scales of this place. The off-ramp and the scales are the most dangerous part of the quarter midget, which is awesome.
I was just reading that they call it the hot chute.
What?
The exit.
The exit's a hot chute?
Yes.
The hot chute is action-packed.
Those cars come flying
Get the
off
hell out of the way.
the track.
There's a
and
reason they shut it off with a tire barrier, and that's the reason. All right. So I'm going to get into some of the magical stuff that I saw. Now, there is a gentleman at this track who has done well in his life. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to go into detail on who it is because some people, they don't want awesome stuff that they do known, and this is a gentleman that does not. But he does a program with this group that if you have a hard time affording your race team, you have issues with it, he steps in to help. He has helped several teams. That is pretty special, making kids' dreams come true.
I was looking at it a
breathtaking.
little bit when I was doing some searching for some trying to take some photos, and it's an application process that you apply to, and they have 2, 3, 4, 5 cars a year that they kind of run.
But the fact that it
program
exists is incredible. Yeah.
And there's, some things that the parents have to do. So it's not a completely
Sure.
programmed, where.
But they don't have at least I'm unaware of like Skagit Speedway doing that. I know at Deming there's some special people that do some stuff. But
Skagit has that somebody has that, I want to say it's called a 305 program.
Yeah, well.
Putting different kids into some sportsmanship cars. So.
Yeah, it was pretty cool to hear about. And then, of course, the food vendor, the hot dog stand. So Dane was telling me about this hot dog stand. So the hot dog stand is free, by the way. They just take donations. Is that correct?
Yes.
So, and I asked, my journalistic antennas are like this, right? And it's because they don't want kids to go hungry. There are single dads, and this was the example I was given. There are single dads that dump all their money into racing, and maybe they can't afford that day to have a hot dog for their kid and themselves. And so this place it gives food for free for a donation. One of the things I would like to do is if anybody's seeing this and they want to make a donation to the food, what they're doing at the Skagit Quarter Midgets, please do so. It is a great place to donate some money because it's feeding everybody. It fed us, and the hot dogs don't suck.
They actually had chili dogs.
Yeah.
Some days it's, Dean was talking that when the high limit drivers come in, they throw down carne asada.
Yeah, I was blown away hearing
and
about.
It's not just hot dogs. It's waters, Capri Suns, boxes of chips for the kids. For anybody that is there, the little siblings running around, rolling down the hill. Yeah,
it is incredible. It is standing room only when there are races going on. Typically, there are 30 to 40 in a normal cars in a normal event. They had 55 plus because of, I think there was a lot of people from Grays Harbor that came with their quarter midgets and raced that typically don't. But there was an incident that occurred that I want to talk about. And I'm going to play a little slideshow in this part of the video. It's probably 5 or 6 pictures, but when we come back, we're going to talk about it. All right, so you saw the slideshow. I didn't quite know what was going on when there was a kid that was upset in the staging area. Dane was bent down next to him, talking to him. They cleared the track, and this kid took off, and I didn't know what was going on even the entire time. It wasn't until the kid got done doing his laps that I asked Dane what was going on. He explained it to me. So this is a kid that was scared to run. He was afraid, for whatever reason, was having a hard time getting himself to get out onto the track. So Dane had the track cleared, and everybody was encouraging this kid to idle laps around. It was one of the most heartwarming things I think I've ever seen. You see in the picture, I know I put the slideshow together yesterday, Dane is arms up in the air celebrating that the kid accomplished it.
You found the pictures? Mm-hmm. Okay, because I didn't see them.
I have
today.
them.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. It was one of the coolest things I have ever seen. I couldn't believe what I was witnessing. And everybody, like, you would think this would be a staged thing. Nobody had an idea we were coming.
No.
We surprised everybody. And what we were given was a treat. And it made my heart feel good.
So this little kid had shirts.
In the 007.
007. He had shirts. His family had shirts. I saw them come when I was kind of walking through the pit area here and there, making conversation with some little kids. And there was numerous times he was in tears. And Mom was trying to console him and
it's got to be scary. Mm-hmm. You're putting on a helmet, doing this thing. It is not easy to do, but he did it.
He did. And
okay, so like I talked about, they had 55-ish cars. Mm-hmm. Typically, it's 30 to 40 is their normal car count. But I did, for my first interview that we're going to talk about, it was with a kid named, I think his name was Chance. He, out of the three, he was the least fun interview because he was kind of like, didn't quite know, and then I don't think he really wanted to do it. So
he was a little more serious.
Yeah, he definitely took his racing seriously. And here's the other thing that people have to understand. When I'm talking to drivers, whether you are a child driver or you are a Trey Starks, unless you're a complete doucher, I am not going to throw you under the bus. Meaning I am not going to produce a segment that says, is it going? Mm-hmm. That you're awful, you're a butthole, unless you really are a butthole and I can show receipts. If I could say X, Y, and Z is a butthole, and here's the buttholes that I could prove that they're a butthole, I'm not going to do it. So, because we've run into that a little bit with the younger drivers. This kid is no nonsense, takes his racing seriously. I don't think he was super excited to talk to me. Didn't quite know what we were doing. Go ahead. Okay, you're going to say something.
Most people there didn't know what we were up to.
We got a lot of side looks from people.
And so when you pull out the microphones with flag stands to
flag stands,
these things,
yeah,
to them, and it's not just a camera,
it's more serious, right?
Yes, and you're putting a microphone in front of a little kid's face,
I get to being reserved,
yes.
Right? But when you watch this kid on the track, he's a serious racer. Mm-hmm. But anyway, here is the interview with him, and then when we come back, we're going to talk about some of the takeaways. All right, so we are at the Skagit Quarter Midget Racing track, and who do I have sitting here with me? Introduce yourself.
I'm Chase Dunham. I raced a 7D car at Skagit.
What class do you race in?
Senior 120.
How long you been racing for?
This is my second year now.
You love racing? Is it in your blood? Yeah. So let me ask you, what's your favorite thing about racing?
Probably driving and like passing people and winning.
Winning? Love that, right? So what, do you want to be a race car driver when you grow up? Like what, or do you not? Do you want to be a mechanic? What do you want to do when you grow up?
I want to be a 410 racer at Skagit and other places and travel around the world.
That is super awesome. So I'm curious, outside of racing, what do you like to do for fun?
help my dad work on the car and have fun
Do you play video games at all?
sometimes.
What do you play?
I don't know, like VR and crap.
Okay. One more thing. The last question. Do you have a favorite race car driver out in the world?
It would be Tanner Holmes that races the 13 car.
That's a good one. Well, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. I know it's kind of weird, right? But, yeah, thank you so much. So there we go.
Okay, I'm going. Yep. All right, so you saw the interview. You know, he wanted to get the questions done. It translates on the track more than it did in front of the camera, which I get. Most race car drivers are like that.
And to be fair, it was between their trials.
Yes.
And
it was a crappy time. It was between
event.
their heat race and yeah. Here's the takeaway from watching the kids in the staging area, and it's eerie. These kids are 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. They have this, like, I would be a nervous wreck, but they have this eerie calm when they're in the staging area. Like, I'm looking at every kid, right, and the exchange with Dane, you know what that is? Mm-hmm. What is it?
Dane's giving them all the permission to give them the
middle finger. So there's a driver that'll be sitting there, and they'll like, Dane, get his attention, and Dane will come over and be what? And he'll flip him off. And I was like, that is so awesome. But there's an eerie calm watching these drivers. They're sitting there, everybody's focused, and these are kids. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm seeing the essence of Skagit Speedway within these little guys and girls, right? Like, it's crazy. The unfortunate part, the negative that we've heard, Dane is not, I think, shy of talking about it. Sometimes the parent interaction's tough. You know, racing at this level is very similar to, like, because we come from the travel softball world, right? Where, you know, there are X number of spots and costs money, and parents like to talk, and, you know, parents are competing through their child in some instances, and sometimes those interactions are not good. I heard a few stories, but I did witness it firsthand. Mm-hmm. There was a parent who didn't quite know who I was, and once again, I didn't write anything down. But I listened, and he was not a happy camper, saying stuff that he probably shouldn't be saying. Pissed that, you know, he felt his kid was being dumped on the track and wanted revenge and all that. And just by listening to that, I could see what Dane was talking about on how dealing with some of the parents is the worst part of this.
It was also brought up in the drivers' meeting.
Oh, I didn't. Stacy took pictures of the drivers' meeting. I did not overhear any of that. So maybe you should tell the folks what you overheard.
Standing off because obviously we're kind of new into the deal, and at that point we didn't know Dane, and you know we were just there. We weren't going to buy pit passes and go down there.
We weren't going to try to interfere. We were trying to watch it from afar.
And so I was kind of standing back, and I heard something to the line of, there will be absolutely no bullshit as parents.
Yeah.
And parents are not to yell at other kids that are not their kids. And if you have a problem, that's when you need to go parent to parent.
Yeah, it's insane, right? I mean, if you think about it, with all the magical stuff that was going on at the track, to also hear that they have to deal with some of that, I mean, come on. If you're that parent, please stop. All those people are just trying to make the best experience for the kids and to have a race that's competitive, right? Mm-hmm. Like, and, you know, in every track that you go to, is somebody pissed because they think they got dumped? Sure.
Exactly. It's always going to
happen. But
it's
always a perception, right? Mm-hmm. Excuse me. So I just think that people need to be careful, because there's a lot of great stuff going on, and people don't realize, here's the thing. You push the good people far enough, the good people start to go away. And then what do you have left?
And those are the good people that are volunteering their time.
Absolutely. You have no idea the amount of magical stuff is going on there. It is insane what they're doing. Dane, Melissa, Trish, her husband, Skagit White Push Truck, all the other track officials that were there, the parents that were helping. It was standing room. It was a great environment.
And we made a comment, Jimmy made a comment about the condition of the track. And Dane was like, Ben Gunderson has put in so much time to get that track.
Took the four-wheeler with the little plow thingy on the back of it and did the circles, graded it up in between races. It was crazy to see. But I have one interview from a young man who definitely wanted to be there. I think he's one of him and his buddy were my two favorite characters of that weekend. But
Yes.
we have an interview with Mr. Braden, which we saw later down at the pits at the Speedway. But here is the interview with Braden. He is definitely a kid that wanted to be there. So here you go. Here's that interview.
All right, so we are still at the Skagit Quarter Midget Racetrack. And I have with me, why don't you tell everybody at home who you are and what you're driving?
My name is Braden, and I'm driving a quarter midget.
What's your car number?
My car number is 15.
Is there a special reason you named it numbered it 15, or is it just random?
It's I numbered it 15 because my grandpa, and my dad numbered their cars 15.
Oh, that's awesome. So, how long have you been driving racing?
This is my first year racing. So, Grandpa, how many years have I raced?
This is your first year.
First
This is your fifth race.
This is your first year. Do you ever get nervous?
No.
No. Do you ever get scared?
No.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. What's your favorite thing about racing? Now, I asked you this earlier, and I loved your answer. Are you going to tell me that answer? They would love it.
My favorite thing about racing is crashing.
Yes. Yes. That is the first time I've ever had a race car driver say that is their favorite thing about racing. So what do you want to do when you grow up?
I want to be like my dad, be an electrician, and be a race car driver too.
That's awesome. So what do you like to do outside of racing? Like when you don't want to look at a race car, what do you do for fun?
I just do football,
Really? What position do you like in football?
QB, and safety.
That kind of makes sense. So do you have a favorite race car driver?
My favorite race car driver is my dad.
That is awesome. That is so heartwarming, right? So thank you I know that was kind of weird, right? But I appreciate you answering my question. So there you go.
Now, when I made a comment about there was this eerie calm of young kids in the staging area, Braden was one of those that harnessed that inner calm. He specifically saw him harness that, and it just blew me away because I just got done doing an interview with this kid, and he is a kid at heart, jumping around, wants to do the thing, and then here he is 5 minutes later in the staging area, helmet on, hands on the wheel, focused on what's ahead of him. It was insane. But he had a buddy of his with him, and his buddy's name, and I love this name because you don't hear it very out, Decker was
That's
his
right,
buddy's
yeah.
name. Sweet kid, great race car driver, great race suit. His suit reminded me of like an Italian F1 driver, right? But anyway, here is the interview we did with Decker.
All right, so who do we have here today?
Decker,
What do you drive?
quarter midget.
What class do you drive in?
No.
That is a good answer because that's an answer a lot have been kind of telling us. Okay, so I told you I've got super secret questions, okay? And you had some pretty cool answers when we were talking over there, right? So how long have you been driving this?
I think it's like
This year? Is this your first year? Or?
I think it's my first year.
Okay. Now I want to ask you about your driving suit, because that is one of the cooler looking race suits I've seen. Do you like it?
Yes, I do like it, and my grandpa gave it to me. I just got it today. So.
It kind of reminds me like you should be driving an F1 car or something. It kind of looks that like Italian look to it. It's pretty cool.
Well, that's gonna be me someday, driving an F1 car.
Well, that's awesome. I love that answer. So, what's your favorite thing about racing? What do you love the most? I love that. Second time we heard somebody say that. That's awesome. So, what do you want to do when you grow up? I know you just said F1 driver. Is that what you really want to be when you grow up?
Well, a F1 driver, and also if I can't do that, I'm gonna be a police officer, maybe.
We need more good police officers out there. So, besides racing, what do you like to do for fun?
I like snowboarding.
Okay. How long have you been snowboarding for?
2 years.
Oh, wow. That's pretty good. Okay, so one last question. Do you have a favorite race car driver?
Probably my dad.
Love that. Heartwarming stuff, guys. Thank you so much.
There is our interview with Decker. He was a super good personality, great race car driver. I had no idea when I linked up like car with driver and watched the action on the track. It was unbelievable. Another big supporter of Skagit Quarter Midgets. I had no idea. No fanfare about it. You know who that is?
Trey?
The man in black himself, Trey Starks, is a huge supporter. Hell, Tanner Holmes, when he was up with the high limit last year, what was the common theme amongst most cars and helmets we saw?
Tanner's autograph.
Tanner had his autograph on almost every single car and helmet. I even saw a Y.E. Tittle jersey worn by a parent that was autographed.
By Tanner?
No.
Okay.
I'm guessing by Y.E. Tittle. It looked like it had, you know how I feel about people wearing autographed jerseys,
100%,
right?
yes.
But I even saw that, which kind of threw me back to my previous life, which was kind of interesting. I even saw a kid with an FIA license on the back, quarter midget kid.
Really?
Had an FIA license on his suit. I saw that about fell over. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Did you talk to him?
No. I was intimidated. Are you kidding me? Those kids scare me. They're doing stuff that I'm not willing to do.
So, couple things.
And I even wrote down that the dad was wearing the Y.E. Tittle. I wanted to talk about it a little bit, but the dad was cool. He was helping other teams and doing the thing, so shout out to him. I don't know who it was, but I hope to get to know him and then get the jersey off of him and put it up on the wall where it belongs. Anyway, go ahead.
So there is a photo that I'm going to share with Jimmy that I found off of their Facebook page of Tanner and a bunch of the kids that were taken. The other thing about the quarter midget race with being a big Saturday show,
Yeah.
where it was a 2-day event, obviously at the Speedway, but seeing some of the crew members, different drivers, hanging around that track, watching and encouraging those kids,
Yeah.
Was really cool.
Quarter midget was special. Just like Deming, I wasn't expecting to find magic. And it happened at a right time. I felt we were introduced to it at the right moment. We're going to cover it the rest of the season because there's enough action there that we're doing our own little bonus episode because there's some great stuff going on at that track. And even if you strip away the niceness, the everybody helping, the kumbaya, all that, the race action, those kids are hammered down.
They are.
They're all go or nothing. Hammer down.
So the other thing, and I don't know if this is in your notes because I have not read your notes. So sorry if I'm skipping along.
Go ahead, because I only have 1.5 note cards remaining. So
Okay. Is the idea that they don't have radios.
yeah,
And they're learning, these kids are learning the hand signals, what the flags mean.
By the
how to
way,
cross up.
and I made a comment to Dane about this. He was living his best Kirby Hoyle life, flag in hand, doing the whole thing.
He was all over the place.
Oh man, it was so
he about
great.
got ran over at one point too.
He almost lost a toe and a pinky. Pretty sure. He definitely almost lost. Yeah.
But these kids were trying so hard, and these parents were trying to get them lined up in the right order.
And I like the fact, too, that they make a lot of the same comments that Deming does, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the next step. So Deming is the next step up from
Yes.
quarter midgets. But safety features. They do inspections, but they do them just enough to make sure that no kid is going to die.
Mm-hmm.
But all the teams are still responsible for the majority of their own safety. You know, a lot of reminded me of softball. Hearing the kids yell or the parents yell, hammer down.
Yep.
Hammer down reminds me of swing hard. You know,
The
don't
coaching-
strike. Yeah,
the coaching from the sidelines.
It's a lot of same interchangeable stuff. I'm going to tell you right now, the amount of paint schemes and obsessive equipment, even in the quarter midgets, was nuts. There is money going around. Like cars looked. You didn't
You should see some of the trailers when I
Yeah,
walked
you
out to
didn't
the
see
car.
a single like, oh God, that car is awful. You didn't see a single one of those. Even one car was living its best GI Joe color.
That
I
army
made
green?
a comment to
Uh-huh.
it. Yep. But you know, you hear the thing, the toxic parents and for the greats, like it's funny because it's just like when we had softball tournaments, there were amazing, wonderful things that happened on that softball field. On occasion, there was a crappy parent that kind of put a little on it,
Yeah.
right? Another cool thing they do, and we're going to have racing footage I'm going to put at the end of this. It's going to be to music, and so you can kind of see the highlights of our day there. We spent our entire morning and afternoon there.
We got there 9:30, and we probably started going down to the pits at like 3:30.
Yeah,
And they were still going when we left. We missed the trophy
we did. Yeah,
deal in the novice races.
yeah. We had to get over we had a time issue, we had a scheduling issue, but when a driver wins, checkered flag, and they get to do a victory lap. They don't even do that at Skagit.
And the dad's running out there to give them
The flag.
The flag.
And the kids, if you're listening to this episode, slow down. The victory lap is like a home run trot. You go very slow and enjoy it. Idle around the track. Like you don't sprint around when you hit a home run. That's my only advice that I can give them is slow down. Yeah. So there's lots of great stuff happening. Did you have anything to add
I
before?
did. Can we talk about for a second
No.
the
Yes.
idea when somebody breaks down, the idea not just that everybody's helping them to get back on the track, but there's two guys carrying the car with the kid. And at one point there was a car on its nose.
Did you get a picture of that?
I did,
Okay.
with the hand on the helmet holding the kid upright.
It's a little weird. Yeah. You get the car endoed up and they're working on it, trying to get axles reattached and Nerf bars and all kinds of, I don't even know the terminology because that's how not a car person I am, but what the hell was that? Damn. I don't think I've ever seen that look before.
That was my trying to hold in a yawn and a cough and everything else at the same time.
Yeah, so it is a great thing to see. I had no idea, and I'm ashamed I didn't know. Just like I was ashamed to not know about Deming, I'm ashamed that I didn't know about the quarter midgets. They are awesome. They're doing some wonderful, magical stuff. We're going to try to bring as much attention to them as we humanly possibly can. We will be there on quarter midget day, on high limit weekend. We will be there. We're going to set up a table because when we got the camera out and people kind of got used to us, kids wanted to be on camera. So I think we want to set up a table with microphones and a camera and let kids be on camera. Let them talk about what they want to talk about. They can introduce themselves. They can talk about their favorite dog, what they like about racing. I think we'll set up a table for that and allow those kids to do that. But if you get a chance, watch the race. It is entertaining. And they're not kidding. There's a lot of magical stuff happening with the Skagit Quarter Midgets. They are the drivers of tomorrow for Deming, which produces, Deming produces drivers. Skagit produces legends. Skagit Quarter Midgets kicks all that off.
They do. You got to start somewhere.
You do got to start somewhere. All right, so that is our bonus episode talking about the Skagit Quarter Midgets. You saw our interviews. I am going to do a recap of race footage at the end of this, and then we'll roll credits. But like I said, if you get a chance, go to their website, look at their schedule. You won't be disappointed by checking them out. Let's try to help them out, too. Let's try to get some donations. Let's keep them going.
So here's what I'm going to challenge people to do.
Oh, Lord, this is your first challenge.
I know. So the gates for the Speedway open at 5.
Correct.
Roll into that parking lot at 1 o'clock.
Yes.
Have a hot dog.
Sit on over, or most likely have to stand because it's standing room only over there.
There's still grass hills, but bring your chair. Sit down, enjoy the Quarter Midgets before you go. Sit at your car.
And the guy missing the toe is Dane because he got it run over because he's jumping all over the place.
So before you go watch the big show, go watch the little ones.
Yeah, you won't be disappointed. All right, that is our episode of the Quarter Midgets. I hope you enjoyed it. I loved it. I hate to say this because it probably hurts the business, but I was more entertained with the Quarter Midgets than I was the 360 show, to be honest with you. But,
You're comparing apples to oranges.
it is a different comparison. It makes your heart feel good.
Yes.
I love going to places that make my heart feel good. So
yes.
Anything that's soul-sucking, I have a hard time with.
Yes.
The Quarter Midgets, it is definitely a beautiful experience. So anyway, there you go, guys. That is our bonus episode. Thank you for watching. We are from the stands, like we say. Now in the Quarter Midget world, every lap's got a story, and every driver and every fan's got a seat with us. So there you go. Thank you for watching. We'll see everybody next time. so much for watching our latest creation from the stands PNW. So you're probably wondering who's responsible for creating this podcast. Well, that would be Jimmy and Stacy. Who is the guy in front of the microphone all the time? Well, that would be Jimmy. Who's producing our episodes? Well, that will be Jimmy and Stacy. Who am I talking to on the social media side and who's creating all that wonderful social media? Well, that would be Stacy. A special thanks goes out to Top Shelf Galaxy Productions, and of course, a special shout out to Ice by Stacy Media for all the great graphics and animations. So please like and subscribe and turn on your notifications so you know when our latest hits the airwaves. You can find us across all social media platforms at From the Stands PNW. Once again, thank you so much for watching.